Has Diddy really been abusing his mother all this time, girl? This dude is now an Avengers villain because he's been whining all this time, so I suppose he wasn't kidding when he dressed up as the Joker for Halloween. In case you missed it, more crimes against him have surfaced, and rumors are circulating that his mother, Janice Combs, is one of his victims, and he allegedly forced her into freak-offs. If you think that's crazy enough, it's about to get worse because new reports indicate that Janice isn't Diddy's real mother, and they had this strange relationship for a long time, girl. There's a lot going on here, so let's break it down. You would think that Diddy would have more respect for women given everything his mother went through to raise him and give him a fair chance at life, but apparently that's not the case. Despite Janice's best efforts to bring him up, rumors have it that her own path wasn't entirely clear-cut. Janice has always claimed to have worked as a teacher assistant and to have done some modeling in the past, but there are no receipts to support this claim, and no modeling gigs or runway moments have ever come to light, so it's highly dubious. However, there is a rumor circulating that Janice was allegedly a maid-on. The rumor is that she may have been involved with cartels organizing those so-called fashion shows that feature young models. You know, the kind that have little to do with real fashion, if you catch my dress. My mother was selective about the realities she told me because she didn't want me to follow in his footsteps. My father was a hustler who sold during this period, and it was the only ticket out of Harlem for either basketball players or others. My father was in the army, and he owned a limousine service, and he died in a car accident. Actually, he was in the car, but even as a kid, I put two and two together. I noticed that guys from the streets in Harlem always seem to know my family's last name. I used to run with your father. They tell me all my uncles were street hustlers as well. Now, given everything that Janice sacrificed for Diddy to have a good life and get out the hood, you think that he would be grateful and treat her well, right? Well, according to multiple sources, he never really did that, and he often treated her like crap when the cameras weren't rolling. We already know that Diddy has some sort of problem with women because he always treats them badly. I mean, we've seen him put paws on Cassie. Then we have Kim Porter, who he has 4 kids with. It was the same story for Kim because he often hit her and left her with bruises on her face and body, like the time he broke her nose during an argument. There's also this article from 2005 about the event saying Diddy Combs' girlfriend following an argument on Combs' yacht in Street Tropez. Kim Porter suffered a broken nose. Following the incident, Combs brought in a specialized plastic surgeon from Geneva. Porter has since stated that she hurt her face after she struck her nose on a table. He then allegedly continued to touch Kim, and there are now new claims that he made her lick Cassie's used tampon. Girl, this is not just evil, it's outright demonic behavior. To put things in perspective, there was some overlap between Cassie and KKM, with Diddy using Cassie as his sidekick. Allow me to clarify that Cassie was a victim and not at fault.
One night, when they were at home at Kim's house on 110th Street, he wanted to, put his hands on her in the wrong way. And Kim took one of those corkscrews and ripped his wrist up and hit an artery. And when she did that, he had to rush over to St. Luke's Hospital.
But, sweetie, that's not all about his other girlfriend. Also came forward to expose Diddy's abuse.
Beginning, like the first 3.5 years, the first 3 4 months, he was really nice, but then after that, he started being so like I say, like the first 3.5 years, he was like mean to me.
So when you say mean, describe it.
He was like always belittling me and always like, he was like mentally, emotionally, and physically abusing me.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
It's not the first time we've heard that.
Mm-hmm.
There was an incident, of course, with Cassie, where reporters are saying that the police were called because they got into an altercation. I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Tell me some of the things that he would say to you.
He would always compare me to Cassie and tell me that I'm the bad one and she's the good one.
And he was with both of you guys at the same time.
She also stated that she'd conceived his child twice, but he had always made her get rid of it.
When we spoke the other night, you said that things had gotten so serious that you became pregnant. Not once, but twice, correct?
Yes.
Okay. When was the first time you became pregnant with Diddy's child?
The first time was October 2014.
Okay. So this was like, what, a year after?
No, not a year, but because I met him in February and then I got pregnant in October.
Oh, so the same year.
The same year.
Okay. And you mind telling me what happened with that pregnancy?
I told him, and he was like, you're gonna get it, right? And then I was like, I don't know. I don't know yet. And then he offered me $50,000 to get rid of it, but I turned it down because I just loved him, and I was like trying to prove that I wasn't the girl that wanted him for money.
Okay.
I just care about him.
Given that Gene Deal claims that Diddy's slapping of women didn't stop at his girlfriends, and that he also allegedly touched his own mother, it is obvious that Diddy dislikes women. However, you would think that he would at least respect his own mother.
You know, like when the City College tragedy was going on and everything, and Diddy was on Suicide Watch. You know, Kirk Burrows was like, yo, man, he told me he should have saw this coming with Cassie and the way he treated women when he slapped his mother. And I was like, he did what? And Kirk Burrows said, yeah. I just thought because of what he was going through with the tragedy, it was like, I was stuck on stupid for a minute, but he was like, yeah, I thought that he would grow out of it, or it was just because all the shit he was going through when he slapped his own mother. I said, Kirk, let me tell you something. I said, Kirk, don't you remember when I told you when he cussed his mother out? And I think it was even that, Kirk, when we was getting in the limousine, he cussed his mother out. He told his mother to stay out of his mofo business. And I told him, man, you ever talk to your mother? You remember that situation? He said, yeah. I said, Kirk, why you didn't tell me then that he cussed that he slapped his mother? Because if you'd have told me to slap his mother, I'd have beat the shit out of him, Kirk.
Child, this man is crazy. But if you don't believe it, even worse, girl, I have a shocking revelation for you. It turns out that he not only allegedly put paws on her, but also purportedly forced her into freakouts. We began to suspect that something fishy was going on when he posted this strange video of him kissing her on the mouth and making strange remarks about her body, such as how she could touch the floor with her hands. Did you guys catch the part where he said they were getting IV drips together, sir? That's where it gets even stranger, though, because those federal indictment papers stated that Diddy and the victims from his infamous freak-offs would routinely receive IV drips to recover afterwards. The way he just put that out there, casually, raised a lot of eyebrows and gave off suspicious vibes. According to the court filing, Combs, with the help of its associates and members, transported commercial workers across state lines and internationally in order to arrange these freak-offs. Freak-offs happened frequently, sometimes for several days, and often involved several sometimes, without the victim's knowledge. Commercial workers gave them a range of controlled substances during freak-offs in an effort to keep them cooperative and obedient. Combs collected footage of victims interacting with commercial sectors following freak-offs, and the victims usually received fluids to help them recuperate from the physical strain and substance use. Did he mention in passing that he and his mother were receiving intravenous drips? Yes, that was extremely strange, but wait, there's more. Janice's white nails also raised eyebrows, and Cassie claimed in her lawsuit that Diddy had made her wear white nail polish before the freak-offs, which is already strange as hell. Additionally, Diddy made an odd remark about his mom touching the floor with her palms. What are we supposed to do with that information? The whole thing just screams off. At first, we thought Janice might be up to some really weird things with her son, but new reports suggest that she may actually be a victim, and we may have been judging her too harshly all along. If that weren't crazy enough, an insider recently made some outrageous claims that Janice is actually Diddy's aunt rather than his mother.
Mom is really his auntie, has been claiming to be his mom this whole time. She's the one with the white nails. That's why he has that fetish. She's been f***ing him since he was adolescent because his daddy got killed when he was a baby. As soon as he had adolescent, he resembled his dad. So she started f***ing him. She's the one that f***ed his head up initially. That's why.
No matter how you want to look at it, this is just a nefarious business. But fans are. I'm conflicted about this because, although some people believe she is a victim, others still believe that she knew exactly what she was doing and was a willing participant. They left comments saying, "I'm sorry, but prison ain't enough for Diddy," and that Diddy needs to be under the jail immediately. That's his mother, that's his madam. His mother has always been dubious to me. She knew she didn't care as long as the lifestyle remained shaking my head. I'd like to know how you guys feel about this, so please leave your thoughts in the comments section and then watch this next video.